There was a time when Juventus were absolutely unstoppable. You had Buffon in goal, Chiellini and Bonucci at the back. Pirlo had just left, but you still had Pogba controlling the midfield, alongside legends like Marchisio and Dybala. And this wasn't just a good Juventus team. This was a team that had completely taken over Italy. From the 2011-12 season, all the way to 2019-20, Juventus won Serie A 9 seasons in a row. 9 consecutive league titles. Nobody in Italy could stop them. And after dominating Serie A for years, Juventus wanted one thing they still couldn't get their hands on: the Champions League. So in 2018, they made a massive statement. Cristiano Ronaldo joined Juventus for over 100 million euros. Ronaldo scored 101 goals in 3 seasons. Juventus won another Serie A title, but the Champions League still remained out of reach. Then, in 2019-20, Juventus made it 9 Serie A titles in a row. 9 years of dominance. But that would be the beginning of the end. And after Ronaldo left, the club slowly started losing its dominance. Now, years later, it's our turn. We're taking over Juventus, rebuilding this squad and trying to bring back the glory days. Now it's time to see what we're actually working with. But for the first season, I'm not making any transfers. Instead, I'm going to change just one thing: the tactics. I'm switching Juventus to a high-pressing 4-1-3-2. The idea is simple: win the ball back as quickly as possible, overload the midfield, and use 2 strikers to constantly put pressure on the defense. And honestly, I have no idea if this is going to work. Now I want to replace some of the starting 11 players with the best overall. I'm putting Dusan Vlahovic in the striker position, alongside Lois Openda. But soon, he'll join Olympique Lyonnais on a loan. But now, let's just put him in the first option. In the midfield, I didn't change much. The only decision I made was moving Manuel Locatelli into the CDM position. With us playing a high-pressing 4-1-3-2, I need someone sitting behind the midfield 3 and protecting the defence. And I think Locatelli is perfect for that role. While the midfielders push forward and the fullbacks get involved in the attack, Locatelli will be the one holding everything together. Now the defender, I'm also replaced Lloyd Kelly to Federico Gatti. I choose him because I think we need more Italian player in starting 11, and I trust Italian player in defender position. One of the biggest changes I'm making is with Andrea Cambiaso. I'm moving him over to left back. His pace, energy and ability to get forward should make him perfect for this system. With the midfield packed in front of him and 2 strikers pressing up top, I want Cambiaso to provide the width on the left and help us push forward. So this is the team we're going into Season 1 with. No transfers, no excuses. Before we begin the season, I received a message from the owner, Andrea Agnelli.
Welcome to Juventus. We know the club has gone through difficult years, and we believe you have what it takes to bring Juventus back to where we belong. But we are not going to demand everything from you immediately. For your first season, your objective is simple: finish in the top 3 of Serie A and secure Champions League qualification. In your second season, we expect you to challenge for and win the Serie A title. After that, the ultimate objective is clear: win the Champions League. You have 5 seasons to achieve this. If Juventus have not won the Champions League by the end of Season 5, your position as manager will be terminated. Good luck. The future of Juventus is in your hands.
5 seasons. That's all the time I have to bring Juventus back to the top of Europe. And honestly, I don't know if 5 seasons is going to be enough. Especially because we're starting Season 1 without making a single transfer. We're relying on this squad, my new 4-1-3-2 high-pressing system, and whatever happens during this rebuild. But before Serie A begins, I want to see if my tactics actually work. We're heading into the pre-season tournament, and this is our first test. We have 3 tournaments to choose from, but I'm going with the European International Cup. Our first game of pre-season was against Osasuna, and there's already a problem. Openda is out on loan, and Cherry taking his place. On top of that, I forgot to set up the training schedule yet, so basically the entire squad was in terrible shape. But somehow, we still managed to get the win. Yildiz came up clutch, and scored the only goal of the game. Not the prettiest performance, but a 1-0 win is a 1-0 win. One down, let's see who's next. Our second game was against Tottenham, and this was definitely going to be a tougher test. The team was still not fully fit, but I wanted to see if our high-pressing 4-1-3-2 could handle a stronger opponent. And after a tight game, we managed to get another win. That's 2 wins from 2 in pre-season. The tactics might actually be working. Here comes the third match of the pre-season. We got Manchester United. This one is tougher than Spurs, but if we win this, we might win the pre-season tournament. Because we got 6 points in our hand, and we got 2 points ahead of Real Sociedad, standing in the top 2, and no one come close to us. United came out with Mbuma up front, Cunha and Ahmad on the wings, Bruno Fernandes in the middle, with Mainu, Shaw, Heaven, Maguire and Dalot completing their lineup. But looking at their recent results, they weren't exactly flying, coming off a draw and a loss. So we had a chance to make things even worse for them. Our squad still wasn't at full fitness, but after 2 wins, I was starting to believe this high-pressing system might actually work. Now we just had to prove it against Manchester United. For our third game, we're heading to Old Trafford to face Manchester United. And this time, I decided to jump in and play the match myself.
Well, what a game we have in store for you today. The hype has been building all week and we're just moments away from kick-off time. Stay tuned for the live action. Hello, and what a real pleasure it is to be with you from the theatre of dreams.
But I
Old
honestly
Trafford.
didn't expect United to dominate us this much. Michael Carrick had them playing some really good football, controlling the possession and moving the ball around us. And in the 15th minute, they found the breakthrough. Luis Henrique, making his Manchester United debut, puts them 1-0 up. I don't even know when United signed this guy, but somehow he's already starting at Old Trafford. But we weren't going to give up. We hit them on the counter. And Jonathan David finishes it. We're back in the game.
That's what they wanted here, Juventus. It's level now. Fernandes. Diogo Dalot on the ball. Manchester United venture forward. Do they have a winning goal in their future?
And then, in the 86th minute, we found one last counter-attack. Cambiaso joins the attack. Vlahovic is there. Vlahovic finishes it! From 1-0, down to 2-1.
That will surely be decisive. Astonishing drama. No complaints from the fans here.
Sometimes it takes a while to eventually get the better of the opposition, and that was the case here.
United dominated the game, but Juventus got the result. 3 games, 3 wins. This team is starting to look dangerous. Now we have won the pre-season tournament and take €5 million home. Here's our first match of the season. We're playing against AC Monza in Coppa Italia. We win 2-1. First match of the season, we win Genoa 3-2. With this result, I'm not really happy because we didn't keep the clean sheet against this team, but a win is a win. Second match of the Serie A, we got Sassuolo, and I rotate some of my substitute player in. Let's see what they got. And we managed to win 3-1 against Sassuolo. This is a result I wanted. Let's simulate through the season and let's see if my tactics work or not, so we can move to the next season. Here's the catch. I only jump in only the most important match of this season, so any other matches will be skipped. Ooh, our third match is a big match because we're going up against Inter Milan, the defending champion, and this club is a tough challenge for us. This time I jump into the game and see what my boys got. Guys, before we get into the match, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and like the video. It really helps motivate me to keep making these videos, especially since I spent over 70 hours working on this one. Thank you so much for the support, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.
This is the one that really matters. A victory over the rivals is about much more than points. It could etch the manager's name into club history. Will he get the win to make him a living legend?
Oh, nice run from Conceição. An inter-defender slide in, deflects to Thuram. He passed to Kalulu, and now to Conceição again. He sends to Locatelli. On to Conceição one more time. Now to David.
Oh boys, I think we might have got a goal here.
Now with Thuram. Conceição. Setting up the chance.
They got the ball back, and now a counter-attack from Inter Milan.
Mkhitaryan.
Nice pass there.
Keeping it nicely, just
A crucial pass into dangerous area. Now it's just offside.
Been given here.
Coming through. Another chance to attack from Juventus. Oh, the ref awarded a penalty for Juventus. We can take the lead here. Come on, Yildiz. You can do this.
To make it 1-0.
What the hell? How did he miss this? Can he find the net? Yes! We strike them first.
Now Locatelli.
Nice cross from Locatelli to Vlahovic and shoot.
It's there, and it's a goal. Nicely played through. Vlahovic through.
In the 85 minutes, David took a shoot and score for us. Now it's 3-0. We finished the game with 3-0 against Inter Milan. Our team is looking strong now. We got UCL match versus AS Monaco and win 2-1 at their home. And another big match with AS Roma. But can we win them? Oh no, unfortunately we can't win. Our next match we got is Catanzaro in Coppa Italia. But we got an issue with transport. Some player cannot prepare. But it's still not a problem. So we give the opportunity for sub and bench players. Now this is our starting 11. We win them 2-0. We got another big match, this time with AC Milan. I'm sure we can get them. And we got another victorious 1-0 with Milan. In UCL match, we face Benfica, but they stand strong, a draw with us. Here's another big match for us with Napoli, but we can't get the win. Now let's just simulate the match. Ooh, another interesting match coming up with Lazio. Wait, what? How did we lose to Lazio? Their lineup is not even strong. This is the lineup versus Udinese. It's a draw, but it's better than losing, I guess. Ouch, our tactics that we played has been leaked online. Now we have to change something in order to stay alive in the league. If we don't change it quickly, the team in the league might find something to stop us. The adjustment I made is switch Kalulu from wing-back to full-back, and Vlahovic from advance forward to false 9. And I also put Kelly in to replace Gatti because of his injury. After we adjusting our tactics, we still remain strong, beating Hellas Verona 2-1 with a dominant possession, 70%. Our UCL match is Bodo Glimt in away game, and we won 3-1 with Vlahovic scoring 2 goals for us. Next, we won Leeds 3-1. It's a derby day. Here we go. I swear my tactics got leaked online because these guys knew exactly what we were doing. Maybe I should have kept my tactics in the group chat. So after getting absolutely humbled by Torino, it was time for our Champions League game against Sporting. We somehow survived. But yeah, this was enough for me. And after what happened last game, there was no way I was using the same tactics. So before I simulated the match, I went straight into the game plan and changed things up. Hopefully, this time the tactics don't get leaked. Let's simulate it and see what happens. And this time, we absolutely cooked them. The new tactics were working perfectly, and we put 4 past Como away from home. 4-1 away from home. Okay, now we're talking. Maybe changing the tactics wasn't such a bad idea after all. Let's simulate until we face Real Madrid in the UCL. Next up was Pisa at home, and I decided to rest some of my higher rated players for playing Real Madrid at their home. But honestly, we didn't even need them because we smashed Pisa 3-0. And now the match we are waiting for. Real Madrid played Juventus at Santiago Bernabéu Stadium in the UCL. This is a big match. But there's a big problem. Our centre-back Gatti is suffering another injury. Again. And I replaced him with Kelly. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. But didn't win and didn't lose either. And Vlahovic score again. He's absolutely unstoppable this season. Whoa. We got Atalanta next. They stand first in Serie A. I'm wondering how really good they are, because they have 34 points in their hands. Let's jump into the game and see what they got. There's nothing to see much in the first half. The players are just passing around, so I skipped to second half.
Was caught in possession just before the goal.
In 58 minutes of play, we pressed the ball from Atalanta attack in transition into the counter-attack.
Thanks as always, Alex.
Nice interception there. Can we get the lead here? Conceição to Vlahovic. He shoots! That was really nice assist from Conceição and a clinical finish from Vlahovic there. 15 goals in 15 matches. He is a monster now. Nice ball, another attacking from Juventus. Yildiz? It's a foul there, ref. He deserves a red card. And that is what you deserve when you slight my boy. Now I'm worried that Yildiz' injury, so I subbed him out. Not long after that, in 72 minutes, Atalanta putting a nice attack and take the equaliser. But we didn't give up to them easily and start another attack again.
Will it happen for them? Can they forge ahead? Oh, moving it nicely. Vlahovic. Oh, excellent work there to thwart a promising attack.
In the 78 minutes, Thuram crossed into the box and Vlahovic finishes it with a nice volley.
Now with Kelly.
And when I think the match might be finished, this happens. Oh, what a nice cross, Locatelli. We could get another lead here. Oh, wow, we got it. There is it, another goal for us. Thuram put us to 3-1. And the match finished. Atalanta 1, Juventus 3. And then we met Lazio again, the same team that beat us 2-1 at home last time. So this time, I wanted revenge. And we didn't just beat them, we did it at their home. That's how you respond. 3-1. Revenge is complete. Coming up next, we play Fiorentina at home. We won them 2-1. Another 3 points for us. Then we got another 3 points win from Cagliari. So now, Juve versus Parma. I don't want to put our best player in it. This is the lineup for Parma. Now we got another win. So we got 7 games unbeaten so far. But can we continue this streak? After that, I want to simulate the match until we face Lazio for the 3rd time, so we can show them who's the real boss. But before we get into the match, I received an offer from Sevilla. They're interesting at loaning Leonardo Cherry, and I accept them right away because I believe they will develop my player better than us due to he can't make into the starting 11. He might find the way to become better there. And now the match you were waiting for. Lazio played Juve in Serie A 3rd meeting this season. Before I simulated this match, I rotate some of my substitute and my academy player in it. I want to know if this lineup can handle Lazio or not. And in the end, we had to settle for a draw. Not the result we wanted, but with a rotated squad, I'll take it. Now, let's move on. We got 2 offers in transfer. Our key player Locatelli is interested by Man United and Aston Villa looking to loan our left back Cabal. And I accept Aston Villa to loan Cabal because he doesn't get much playtime here. When he's back from loan, he might get a chance here in Juve. Now, one of our crucial players, Locatelli, has received a €52 million offer from Manchester United. And honestly, that's a big offer. I know Locatelli is an important part of this squad, and losing him could definitely hurt us. But at his current age, €52 million is an offer I just can't ignore. So I think it's time to cash in and use that money to build the next generation of Juventus. Thank you for everything, Locatelli, but Manchester is calling. And when the negotiation ended, I asked them if I can get up to €64 million. But Michael Carrick said, "Nah bro, let's go with 59 million. I responded, "Bro, maybe 63 million is more realistic." After that, he told me I'm not trying to cut the corners on the deal here, bro. I promise you, we want Locatelli to join us, but we can't go higher than 61.8 million. I said, what about this, bro? 62 million is good if you really want my player here, because he's our key player. If you have him in your team, you might win the trophy because of him." And he said, "Okay, bro, I don't want this to slip away. I'm doing it with 62 million. And then the deal done. But before we get going to next match, I look for someone to replace my CDM. Someone who really got the talent to produce the same quality as Locatelli. And I found this Brazilian CDM, Douglas Luiz, in our squad. And I know he might has the potential to become the next star after Locatelli. And now, the transfer has been confirmed. Locatelli to Man United for 62 million euros. Thank you for everything, Locatelli. You did so many things for us. We will remember your legacy you left on this club. We wish you all the best with Manchester United." And Cherry also left on the 2 years loan to Sevilla FC. Now Douglas Luiz got a responsible for our CDM main lineup after Locatelli. Let's see if he can become our next hero or not. I decided to adjusting my tactics a little bit for Luiz from deep, playing playmaker to box crasher. Let's simulate the match against Cremonese. And we took the win with 3-1 results. UCL match, we play Villarreal CF at their home. Let's see what we can do with this lineup. Another win, 3-1 at Estadio de la Ceramica. And now the second meeting of AS Roma and Juventus in Serie A. Last time, we absolutely humiliated by them at our own home. But this time, things are different. Locatelli has left for Manchester United, which means Douglas Luiz finally gets his chance. He's been sitting on the bench for most of the season, but now it's time for him to step up. Let's see if he can fill the gap Locatelli left behind and get us revenge against Roma. The match finished 3-3. Results with David and Vlahovic save us to put us draw with Roma. Our next match, we got Dortmund in UCL match. This is a match we just need a draw to getting into the knockout stage. But we got humiliated by Dortmund 5-2 at our home. Now the second meeting of Inter Milan and Juve, we beating them 3-0 last time. What can we do this time? But before I sim the match, I want to check our loan deal from Real Betis, wanting to loan our right-back academy player, Domenico Pagano. And I don't want this to slip away, so I accept the 2 years loan from them. Let's sim Inter and Juve match. And we won again. Juve 3, Inter 1. This time, we still remained on top. Now Domenico Pagano has left on loan to Real Betis, alongside Alessandro Pietrelli to FC Cincinnati. In Coppa Italia quarter-final, we're going up against Sampdoria. But before I sim this match, I rotate the sub-player in to make sure my substitute player can get some playtime and increase their overall. After the match ends, we beat them 3-0 with our rotated squad and advanced to semi-final of Coppa Italia. We got another offer for Timothy Weah from Leverkusen. I wanted to keep him, or maybe loan him, but not transfer him out, because I see his potential in the future to play for our club, so I reject Leverkusen immediately. Another player out, Mattia Perin, going out to Napoli on a free transfer with his age of 33 years old. I tried to renew his contract last time, but he didn't want to. I guess he wanted to retire in Napoli. It's another derby day coming up next versus Torino for second time. I would never forget the last time they beat us, 3-1 at our home. This really hurts us. But this time, can we bounce back in the second meet? Ooh, what a sweet revenge. At their home, 2-1 Torino, we managed to get back, complete our revenge. This is the last match before I sim through the entirety of Season 1. So Juve versus Lecce. Let's go. Now we didn't get the win here, but I don't think it's a draw game. This should be a win game, but we're unlucky. This is the results that I have simmed through. We win Sassuolo and Genoa 4-0 in the Serie A, and continue to win Genoa 2-1 in Coppa Italia in the first leg at our home. Then we win Parma 1-0, but in the UCL, we're going up against PSG, and lost to them 3-0 at their home in the first leg. After that, we won Cagliari FC 3-2. Now in UCL, lost 0-1 at our home in the second leg. So the first season in UCL, we finished at round of 16, and we went to lose Fiorentina. I don't get it why we lost. Moving on to Serie A, we played Atalanta at Allianz Stadium, and we win them 1-0. Next, we win Hellas Verona 2-1. Another match in Serie A with Udinese. I put Conceição to replace Timothy Weah, and we win them 3-0. The second leg of Coppa Italia with Genoa at their home. We won them 1-0. So the final of Coppa Italia, we going up against Napoli, the team that's standing first in the league right now. But before we play the finals in Coppa Italia, we also got Serie A action. We won Pisa 2-3 at their home, draw 1-1 with Como, and we faced Napoli before the Coppa Italia finals in Serie A. We didn't get the win because they defend really well. We managed to draw 2-2 against them with 60% of possession. They got lucky this time, but in the Coppa Italia, we won't let them touch the trophy. Giorgio Morelli left on loan to Celta for 1 year, alongside Vasilije Adzic to Cremonese for 2 years. Now let's advance to the finals of Coppa Italia. And Emmanuel Pecorino transferred to Preston with the value of 1.7 million euros. Now it's time for the finals of Coppa Italia.
Stay tuned for it all, right here on EA TV.
In the early of the match, we start attacking them and tried to put ourselves in front of them.
Turan. On to Yildiz. Vlahovic.
Yildiz crossed into the box and David, header! Another finish from Conceição. Goal! And in the 16 minutes, we going on another attack.
Chance to get in behind here. Yildiz.
I thought this was a goal, but it ruled offside.
Oh no!
You've got to feel for him. It's a composed finish as well.
Napoli also went for the attack, but my high-pressing system made their attack look useless. And we managed to get back the ball and quickly spread out the counter. Another attack from Napoli. But they can't really do much with my high-pressing tactics. So we take the ball back and quickly went for attack.
Kalulu. On to Vlahovic.
What a nice run from
And
Vlahovic.
Shield holds off the challenge. What a chance here!
Now! Shoot! Goal!
Another goal! And a
Oh, we got another chance for the goal here. David, shoot! And we are leading Napoli 3 now. Before the second half, I'm putting some of my sub-player in because we're already leading them 3-0 in the first half. So it's not a problem for us anymore.
away we go then.
In the 80 minutes, we go in on another attack. Vlahovic tried to shoot it, but their keeper saves it. The ball went to their defender, and this happens.
And another goal! It seemed all over before, but there's a...
Looks like we'll already win the cup. And the ref blow the whistle.
The celebrations can start. They can put the ribbons on the trophy.
The team to lose at this stage, but it's about
We
performing
are the
those
champion
big
of
pressure
Coppa
moments.
Italia.
And that's exactly what they did. They thoroughly deserved this.
Finally, our hard working paid off. The first season, we already got the trophy, after the absence of this trophy for 2 years.
Oh, you've got to enjoy every second. Just take it all in because it's going to pass so quickly.
And now, the trophy lifting. Juventus, champion of Coppa Italia.
They played well. They deserve it. Now they can enjoy this moment. I know the fans certainly will. The players, and rightly so.
Yeah, it's a lovely touch for them to take the trophy over to their loyal band of supporters. Here, this is wonderful to be a part of.
Looking at our squad making this history, I'm really proud of
Yeah,
them.
and these are pictures that will live long into the memory. It's great to look back on.
And after the cup finals, Gonzalez going on a loan to Como for 1 year. Moving on, we got a match with AC Milan. Let's see. But we lost to them 1-2 at our home. I decided to sell Timothy Weah to Bayern because he doesn't want to stay here. The last match of Serie A, we got Bologna and we win them 3-2. And this season, we finished third in the league. And Inter Milan continued to become Serie A champion again. This season, we almost got it, but unfortunately, we didn't. Vlahovic become the top scorer in Serie A, so which means he win the Player of the Season award and the Golden Boot. Let's move on to Season 2 so I can improve my squad with transfer and win the league. And now that the transfer ban is over, we're finally allowed to rebuild this squad. The first player I choose to bring into Juve is Jordan James, the youngster from Stade Rennais, for €10 million. I will reposition him to CDM to strengthen this position in the future after our current CDM. Another position to be strengthened is our defend. Last season, we always had a problem with our defensive. We always have a gap in the centre-back that we need to change. And Gatti has so many injuries last season, so I have to set the eyes on my defend because we come for the league title this season. So I brought Van de Ven from Tottenham for €40 million. Next, I think I should set my eyes on my current CDM too. So I decided to swap a deal with Lazio plus €20 million to bring Nicolo Ravella to Juventus. So this is the lineup for the second season. Title race, here we go. I also put Gatti on the transfer list because he didn't do much this season, and with his injury, there's no way I'm going to keep him. Then, Aston Villa offers us €17.8 million. But in negotiation, we managed to sell our player at €18.5 million. The first match of Serie A, we're going up against Inter Milan. Last season, they don't have any chance against us. But in the second season, can we continue this dominant? They're lining up in a 5-3-2, with Thuram and Lautaro up front. Then they've got Fratesi, Çalhanoğlu and Barella controlling the midfield, with DiMarco and Darmian providing the width. And at the back, it's Acerbi, Bastoni and Pavard, with Sommer in goal. Looking at this lineup, yeah, this is going to be a serious test. But after everything we went through last season, we're here to win the Serie A title. And what better way to start than against Inter? And let's sim through the whole season this time, to see, is my lineup can win the Serie A title, or even Champions League? Now let's sim through to the end of the season. This is the first match of UCL. We're going up against AS Monaco. But we lost them 1-2. UCL match with Atletico Madrid. We managed to win this time. We got a clash with Napoli and end up 1-1. Big match with Barca and end with a draw. Parma on the way. We managed to win 3-1. Now Bologna at Allianz Stadium, we won 2-1. Now that we win BK Häcken, we might have the spot for UCL playoff. We've currently remained undefeated for 6 matches in a row. Can we continue with Como? Yes! 7 matches remained undefeated and the transfer season open. I brought Wesley from Roma to Juve for €13 million with Edon Jagrova for the exchange. Let's simulate through. And the UCL match versus Arsenal. Can we manage to keep our undefeated streak to 10? Yes! And it continues 10 games unbeaten so far, until we met AC Milan, and somehow the team sitting 19th in the league was the one to stop us. Bro, how? Our unbeaten run was finally over. But I kept simulating, and things started getting interesting. Because after a while, AC Milan somehow climbed all the way to the top of the league. From 19th to 1st. What is this career mode? After a long sim, I decided to sell Nico Gonzalez to Atalanta for €23 million. He didn't get a chance much this season, and I want us brought some money into the club, so yeah. Now a match in Serie A, we play Lazio and win 2-0 at Allianz Stadium. I also selling McKennie to Aston Villa for €18 million. Now second meeting, Juve Parma. We won Juve 3, Parma 1. UCL match, here we come. First German team to face in Champions League is Mönchengladbach. I didn't expect to face them, but we draw at their home. I bring a young talent from Pisa, Alexander Lind, to Juve for sitting on the bench to make our starting lineup striker rest sometimes for a big match. Alongside 19 years old striker Francesco Kamada from Dortmund for €8.6 million. Inter versus Juve, second meeting in Serie A. Inter 1, Juve 2. Now, the Champions League playoff. We're going up against Fenerbahce. In the first leg, we beat them 1-2-0. And in the second leg, we doubles the win, 2-2-3. It's derby day. We play Torino. Torino 1, Juve 3. And now, the semi-finals of Coppa Italia. Our old rivalry, Inter again. Since I managed Juventus, I have never ever lost to Inter. Will the streak continues? Let's find out. 1-0 Inter in the first leg. Now another big rivalry. Napoli 0, Juve 1. We face Barcelona again in the round of 16. But this time, will we take the revenge? And just look at this lineup. Rafinha, Ferran Torres and Lamine Yamal up front, with Fermin, Pedri and Casado controlling the midfield. And they've still got Koundé, Balde and Eric in defence, with Joao Garcia in goal. And don't even get me started on their bench. De Jong, Gavi, Olmo, Araujo, ter Stegen, Szczesny and Lewandowski. Yeah, we're going to have a problem. Round of 16, Juventus against Barcelona. Let's see if we're ready for Europe. Against this Barcelona team, we managed to win the first leg 2-1. We're taking the advantage into the second leg, but there's still 90 minutes left and Barcelona are definitely coming for us. And now, it was time for the second leg at Camp Nou. After winning the first leg 2-1, all we needed was to survive this game, and we did exactly that. A 2-2 draw away from home. Barcelona are out, and Juventus are through to the quarter-finals. What a result! After somehow getting past Barcelona, we were now just 8 teams away from becoming Champions League winners. But there was one problem. The quarter-final draw was about to decide our fate. Manchester City, Bayern Munich, Benfica, and of course, Juventus. Who were we going to get? After knocking Barcelona out of the Champions League, we had to quickly turn our attention back to Serie A. First up was Sassuolo, and we got the job done, winning 3-1 away from home. But then came Como, and unfortunately, we couldn't make it 2 wins in a row. We were held to a 1-1 draw. But now, it was time to find out who we'd face in the Champions League quarter-finals. And of course, we got Manchester City. After knocking out Barcelona, we're now facing one of the biggest teams left in the competition. If we want to go all the way, we're going to have to beat them. And after 90 minutes, neither team could separate themselves. We came away with a 3-3 draw. Not the result we wanted, but we're still alive. And now, everything will be decided in the second leg. But before that, we had to get back to Serie A. And this time, we had Fiorentina. And this was personal. Last season, Fiorentina beat us 3-2 at home. So this time, we made sure there was no repeat. A dominant 3-0 win away from home. Revenge complete. Now all our focus goes back to the Champions League, because Manchester City are waiting for us in Manchester. And we actually won it! 10-9 on penalties. Manchester City are out, and somehow we're into the Champions League semi-finals. 2 massive teams down, and we're getting closer and closer to the final. And after somehow knocking Manchester City out of the Champions League, we had another huge game to deal with. The second leg of the Coppa Italia semi-final against Inter. We went into this game with a 1-0 advantage from the first leg, so all we needed to do was protect that lead and book our place in the final. But Inter weren't going to make it easy. Could we hold on and reach another cup final? And after 90 minutes, we managed to get the job done. A 1-1 draw against Inter, which means Juventus are through to the Coppa Italia final. Another competition, another final. And with the Champions League semi-finals still ahead of us, this season is starting to get really interesting. After reaching the Coppa Italia final and the Champions League semi-finals, we were still fighting for another trophy, the Serie A title. And with just a few games remaining, the title race was incredibly close. AC Milan was sitting at the top with 71 points, but right behind them was us with 70, and Inter were only 2 points behind us. So every single game from here on out was absolutely crucial. And our next opponent? AS Roma. They're sitting 5th in the table, so this definitely wasn't going to be an easy game. But if we wanted to become Serie A champions, these are the games we simply have to win. But after 90 minutes, we managed to get the win. A 3-2 victory at home. It wasn't pretty, but at this stage of the season, 3 points are all that matter. And with Milan still just 1 point ahead of us, the title race is going down to the wire. After knocking out Barcelona and Manchester City, we had finally reached the Champions League semi-finals. But standing in our way was Real Madrid. And unfortunately, this time, we couldn't get the result we wanted. Real Madrid beat us 4-2 at the Bernabeu, a 2-goal deficit heading into the second leg. It's definitely not where we wanted to be, but there's still 90 minutes left. And if there's one thing we've learned from this Champions League run, this Juventus team doesn't give up. Now we have to do the impossible in Turin. In between the 2 legs against Real Madrid, we still had a Serie A game to play, but with the second leg coming up, I decided to rotate the squad and rest some of our key players. And even with a rotated side, we still managed to get the job done. A 4-2 win away from home, 3 points secured, and more importantly, our key players got the rest they needed. Because now our focus was back on Real Madrid. They beat us 4-2 in the first leg, but we've got 90 minutes at home to try and turn this around. With the second leg coming up, I knew we couldn't approach this game the same way. We were 2 goals behind, so I had to make some changes. I adjusted our tactics and changed the formation to give us more attacking options. We needed to score, but at the same time, we couldn't completely expose ourselves at the back. The plan was simple. Attack from the first minute, get an early goal, and put Real Madrid under pressure. Everything was ready. Now, we just had to pull off the comeback. And now, it was time. We were 4-2 down from the first leg. We had 90 minutes at home to somehow turn this around. We've done it! From 4-2 down in Madrid to winning 3-0 in Turin. Real Madrid are out. Barcelona, gone. Manchester City, gone. Real Madrid, gone. And now, Juventus are in the Champions League final. What a comeback. After pulling off one of the biggest comebacks of our season against Real Madrid, we had to immediately turn our attention back to Serie A, and the next opponent couldn't have been bigger, AC Milan, the team that had been sitting at the top of the table for so long, but now they were only 2 points behind us. With the title race this close, this wasn't just another league game. This could have a huge impact on who becomes the Serie A champion. After everything we've been through in the Champions League, we had to make sure that momentum carried into the league. It was time for another massive battle. We drew, and honestly, I'll take it. Milan were right behind us, so the most important thing was making sure they didn't close the gap. We're still ahead, and the title race is still in our hands. Now, we just have to keep winning. And now, we had another chance to win a trophy. The Coppa Italia final against Atalanta. After making it all the way to the final, we had the opportunity to add another trophy to what was already becoming an incredible season. But unfortunately, we couldn't get it done. We lost 2-1. And just like that, we had to watch another trophy slip away. It's disappointing, especially after everything we've achieved this season, but we still have one more trophy to fight for, because we're still in the Champions League final, and that is the one we really want. After losing the Coppa Italia final to Atalanta, we had to put that disappointment behind us and focus on Serie A. And next up was Lazio, away from home. Unfortunately, we couldn't find a way through. A goalless draw. It's another 2 points dropped, but at least we didn't lose. With the Serie A title still within our reach, we can't afford to drop many more points from here. The Champions League final is coming. But first, we still have a league title to fight for. And now, we had reached the final game of the Serie A season, and the title race couldn't have been closer. We were sitting at the top, but Inter were just 1 point behind us, and AC Milan were only 3 points behind. So going into this final game, the title was still completely up for grabs. And our final opponent? Atalanta, the same team that had just beaten us in the Coppa Italia final. So not only were we fighting for the Serie A title, we had a chance to get revenge. But there was one problem. Vlahovic was suspended after his red card, meaning our main striker was unavailable for the biggest league game of the season. So I decided to give Francesco Kamada the start, the young striker we signed from Dortmund. And what a moment this was for him to step up. One game, one title, and potentially one final chance to get revenge on Atalanta. Let's do this. But this time, the Serie A title was on the line, and despite missing Vlahovic through suspension, we had Kamada leading the attack, and we got the job done. 3-1, we beat Atalanta. After they took the Coppa Italia away from us, we came back and beat them 3-1 in the final game of the league season. Revenge complete. And we've done it! Juventus are the champions of Italia. After fighting Inter Milan all the way to the final day, we finally secured the Scudetto. What a season this has been. But we're not done yet. The Champions League final is next. After eliminating Barcelona, Manchester City and Real Madrid, only Bayern stood between us and the trophy. And we've done it! Juventus are champions of Europe. Serie A champions and now Champions League winners. What a season. And just like that, the Juventus rebuild is complete. The owner Andrea Agnelli wanted us to win the Champions League in Season 3, but we somehow managed to do it in Season 2. We won Serie A, we won the Champions League, and we completed the objective one season early. What a journey. And suddenly, I received a phone call.
I honestly don't know what to say. When we started this rebuild, I gave you one objective: win the Champions League. I expected you to do it in Season 3, but you did it in Season 2. You won Serie A, and then you won the Champions League. You've done everything I asked for. So congratulations. You've officially completed the Juventus rebuild.
And that's where we're going to end the Juventus rebuild. We won Serie A, we won the Champions League, and somehow we completed the owner's objective one season early. If you guys enjoyed this rebuild, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more FC26 content. And let me know in the comments which team I should rebuild next. I'll see you guys in the next one.